Good morning. This is Meri at the Meri Atelier, and today is Wednesday, July 26th, I believe, and it is 6 a.m. Central Time. I'm up and ready to do some art. How about you? So, yeah, I have been working on some things. On this, I designed this little scissors needlework design yesterday, and I actually did get it stitched, except I have some space down here. I am going to stitch in the words the.meri.atelier 2023 down in here. So I'm going to work out the wording for that on here, and yeah, there it is. And then yesterday we talked about the words imagine, unimaginable, unimaginative, and unimagined. So imagine, they take on kind of different meanings. Let me get out here and set up my tablet so that I can welcome folks in. I've got two out there watching. Unimagine. I'm calling this art journal. I also did this art journal yesterday, or started it, and I'm calling it my Unimaginable Imagine Journal. And look how crooked this is. I don't mind that. I might put another strip down here just to kind of straighten that out. But how fun this is. See, it's crooked there too. How fun it is just to take, this was just scraps. I mean, I've been cleaning out, and I have piles and piles and piles of scraps. In fact, when I work in this today, which I'm going to do, I've got another big bag of things to put in here. Let me set my chat up. Hi, Rhonda. Good morning, Rhonda. Hi, Becky. Both of you, early birds, up and going. Becky's on Eastern Time. Are you on Central or Eastern Time, Rhonda? You guys are an hour later than me, I believe. Rhonda, if she's on Central Time, is on the same time I'm on. I've changed my hours to 6 o'clock in the morning rather than 4:30. I think this winter I'll change back to 4:30. But I just kind of need this time in the morning, and this morning I worked on finishing up those scissors. You are on Eastern Time too. Okay, let me set the quality here. Quality. Okay, so at least I'm seeing it. So, and then I'm working on the birdies. I'm in the process of stitching on Karen's birdie. It's out in the other room. I mowed the lawn yesterday, so I didn't get to everything that I wanted to get done because, man, by 12 o'clock, it was just sweltering hot here. I have to get out in my garden today and water those poor zinnia flowers. I looked at them last night. I had to take the trash out, and oh my goodness, the sun just wilted them yesterday. So I'm going to get out and water them today. Hi, Arlene. Good morning, Arlene, the other early bird popping in. Good morning, early bird ladies. And if you're up in the balcony or watching the replay, you are welcome too. This thread, I got it at one of the St. Louis stitchers, kind of runs a shop where she's selling used stitchery items that people just contribute. They're done with them. And somebody contributed several skeins of this number 5 thread, which works really well on this burlap trim. So that's what I used, was number 5 DMC, which is a well-known brand. It sells from all the way from, depending on where you get it on Amazon, all the way, a skein of it will cost you all the way from 250 to on up. Probably not any more than 5. I kind of balked when I saw something at one of these at 5, but I didn't read the description very well. So it might have been more than 1. I don't know. But I think I saw some out there for $268. DMZ, I don't know what it costs retail. There's no place close to me except for Hobby Lobby, when I don't know if they sell number 5. But I bought several of these skeins from her, and I'm not sure how much it costs me. And I bought some fabric from her too. And I thought, well, I bought it, I better use it. So I'm going to work out the words TheMeriAtelier here. And guess what? I got some happy mail from Beth Schuler. And she used fabric tape on here. This is fabric. Oh, Beth. I've already thanked her. I saw her last night, right before I called it an evening. I happened to go out in Kelly's. Kelly Ralston? She was streaming, and she was doing beautiful pillow stitching on, making a pillows. And Becky, she was using fabric scraps that you had sent to her. And she was doing beautiful needlework. And Beth happened to be in there. She was doing bullion stitches and French knots, and she had rickrack that she beaded on and made a trim. It's just really beautiful. Let's see what Beth sent here. See if I can save this part of the envelope. Looks like a book. Beth. I thanked her in the stream last night, and she said, oh, I was destashing. I should really destash, but I'm not ready to destash because I'm not ready to get rid of stuff. I just have to organize stuff so that I can actually use it. I'm trying to save this. I might do a page with that. There we go. Oh, they went out not knowing. 100 women in mission. Oh, how cool. Oh, look at these black and white photos. Oh, Beth, this is neat. Now, this is talking about women missionaries. But look at the black and white photos. Oh, I love these. Oh, wow. How cool, Beth. Mildred Moore Hutchinson. Women's Society of Christian Service. Hawthorne Darby, MD. Women's Foreign Missionary Society. So these are ladies who served on the mission field. And this one is highly pixelated. It was probably a newsprint because I can see all the little dots there. Carrie Perkins Johnson, 1866 to 1929. How cool is that? Well, thank you so much. I'll be sketching some of those ladies. Beth Schuler. I'll send her another message, and I told her I was going to open it in my next stream, but she's probably sound asleep right now. She's on Eastern time, too. Good morning, everybody. Rhonda says, everyone have a wonderful day. Yeah, Rhonda comes in and pops in now and says good morning, but she has some things I don't know if she's teaching or what she's doing, but she pops in and comes in and says at least say good morning, and I appreciate that. So imagine, and we did a list yesterday of what is some unimaginative art. And we kind of got into how to overcome your unimagination too. Like thumbnail pictures and look for a pattern, go for a walk. That's well, go for a walk could be unimaginative in the sense that you're not doing any art, but you're certainly getting inspired by the world around you. Look for a pattern, thumbprint pictures, snap a picture of clouds, work in the garden. These last few are more things that you can do to get inspired. These up here are more, well, let's look at unimaginative. The synonym that the dictionary gave was dull. So you're not really doing anything, you're not creating masterpieces. Then we have, we had the word for unimagine, and they said to undream. And I'm going, how do you undream something once you dreamt it? And speaking of that, I had a dream about one of my old bosses again. I don't know why. And then in my devotion this morning, it talked about forgetting and forgiving. And I'm going, well, I'm trying to forget. The devotion said something to the fact that somebody said, how can you forget the hurt that somebody's done to you? And the response was, I distinctly remember forgetting it. And I need to remember that phrase. But then I was sitting there going, but I can't control my dreams. Your dreams is your subconscious. And when your subconscious brings all that up in your dream, what do? How do you respond in your dream consciously? So I was dreaming about an old boss, and he was a male figure and very, what do I say? Very anti-woman in the workplace. And just didn't give, if you were female, you didn't have much of a chance on his team. That was my interpretation of my situation at that time. And I don't know. I woke up and I said, how can I forget this? Why does it keep coming up in my subconscious? You know, I want to forget and forgive and move on, but my subconscious dreams won't let me. So I guess what you do is forget it after you've dreamed it. Forget that dream. I wish I could. There are a lot of dreams that I wish I could remember, and there's a lot I wish I could forget. So I guess quit talking about it would be the first step. Becky said, I'm dragging you around the house as I do some chores. Okay, Becky, I don't mind being drug around your house. Becky's dragging us all around the house. That's funny. So after the stream yesterday, I went out and I watered my flowers, and it was cool enough while I was watering my flowers. I said I really should mow the lawn. And so I started mowing the lawn about 10 o'clock. And the grass was still kind of wet, especially back by the cornfield. We've got this grass that just grows. It just grows. And it was still wet, and my mower, the mower, if you get wet grass caught in your blades, it'll stop the mower, the little push mowers. And it stopped on me 2 or 3 times. I had to get my brother to start it because I didn't have the strength in my arm to pull all that. You have to kind of work the gunk underneath the blades. You have to kind of shake it off, and the little cord it's hard to pull while all that. It's hard to pull because when you pull, you're pulling those blades underneath. The motor is making them go around, and you have to kind of work that rope until it's loose enough to pull to start. And I still didn't have the strength in my arm, my shoulder, to do a good jerk on that rope. I can start the mower if if it's, and I could later. I had to turn it off several times and go rest because it got hot. but I still have the backyard, parts of the backyard and the north terrace to mow. So I'm going to get out there today while it's still cool, hopefully, and water my zinnias and finish mowing the yard. It's my task for today. And when it's hot like that, even in the morning, because it can, even at 80, while you're moving around out there, it can get pretty hot. I stopped several times, and I have a big jar of water, so I don't overdo it. How did I get off on that? Imagine means to conceive, realize, or create ideas. So imagine is really the positive. Unimaginable kind of goes into the almost the unexplained, like, oh, I couldn't even imagine. It's inconceivable. You know, you just, it's kind of like the wow, both in the positive and the negative. The examples that I read when I was looking it up were in the negative, like the horrors of war. And, but unimaginable too could be inconceivable, like, oh man, you think of the galaxy and you look at these pictures of galaxies that are outside of our galaxies and the beauty and the shapes that they take on. Your mouth drops open. Wow. Unimaginative kind of takes on the connotation of being dull, you know. And to me, the word dull is very subjective, because what may be dull to somebody may be really cool to somebody else. So I think the word dull is a subjective term. Undream kind of came with unimagine. You dismiss it. You just drop it. You know, you think up of something and oops, I'm just, you know, I'm not going there. I'm just, you know, or you think up of something and you find a reason why it won't work. That's why in brainstorming, they tell people when you brainstorm in a group that any idea that you throw out goes for now. No saying, oh, that won't work because, you know, they put everything out on the plate and then they sort it out. But undream kind of means just like dismissing it for whatever reason. Either you're not interested in it, or you just don't think it'll work, you don't have the right tools, you don't, you know, you're just uninspired. So you undream when you unimagine. So I'm going to keep this list, and I'm going to put it in here, but I'm also going to make a copy and put it in my July journal, because this is something that really has inspired me. And then I'm going to kind of work on some of these. We're going to work on chapter 5. And I sorted, not yesterday, but the day before, I sorted stuff, and I have things to put in here. And I think I'm going to put them in with my Cheapo glue sticks that I got at the Dollar Tree and see how they work. Some people use these and are very happy with them. I'm going to have to pull out, I have one out, but I'm going to pull out another one. I got these at the Dollar Tree. And since this is just a journal that's, you know, it's just kind of a, well, scrappy journal. Let's see if I need to tear this down a little, maybe. Right here. These are going to get torn. Because I want my, and I'm tearing that doily. I didn't want to, but I did. And we're going to throw that away. And let's see, how does that fit any better? Yes. Oh, did I push it down too far? Well, let's see. It still fits. Chapter 5 is paper, is, so let me get out that big, and let me fix my camera here. Shoop. Is that better? And This is the big bag of of stuff that I found yesterday. I just got bags of this stuff. Now, not everything in here is going in the journal, but I'm just going to pull out. Well, see, I've got bags and bags. I got bags and bags here. And we're just going to pull out. Well, let's just start with that. Let's just start with that. Hi, Paula. Good morning, Paula. Becky's dragging us around the house. She says also, try letting it still bother you. It's only punishing you, not him. You know, that's very true. When you let something, Becky is speaking a truth there. When you dwell on that and how much it hurt you, you're just letting it hurt you. I mean, he's gone in his way. They can't get the cap off of this. There. Woo. Doesn't feel very sticky. We'll see how it sticks. Let's see what's in here. So that's a really good point, Becky. Thank you for sharing that. And this may be, I see I've got some bracelets that I think I got from Norma. Let's put them on. Or somebody sent me these. And this was probably things that were out on my, it looks like it might be things that were out on my TV tray, because usually I have a special place for bracelets. Let's just pull this stuff out. Looks like some Rhonda stuff here from the nature. The flowering plants. Cut. This is a pattern. Cut to, this looks like the owl from Becky. No, I'll have to see what that is. I'll have to check that pattern. All right, this is stuff I can use. Mary, thanks for participating in the tassel swap. Dana. So we did a tassel swap with Dana. And I think I'm going to put, I think that tassel I have, I'm going to put with my Alexia journal. These things I can use. I'm just going to start using this stuff up. Curious trees, lazy days, ice cream, Kool-Aid. We could use these as prompts. Swimming, sunglasses, shorts. I'm going to keep that out. Here are some photos of swimsuit ladies. I don't know if I'm going to put that in there, but I might do a sketch from it. Here's some, looks like baker men. And this is a school picture. Some photos. Oh, that's my dad. That's my dad. That's one of his school pictures. Bring it up a little here. Whoops. Bring it down a little. That's, my dad taught school. He was a history and English teacher and a principal. He taught in the smaller school systems in the 40s and 50s. That's my dad. And this is just some text. We'll use that. This looks like a cluster. And I think this is the owl pattern. Maybe we'll draw an owl on there. And some more clusters. This is the gnome hat front and the gnome hat back, and the gnome body, and the gnome. Oh dear. I don't know. I might keep that around. And I think this is, what pattern was this? I put a pin in it that I can't get out now. I think this was this a gnome? Wing. Turn opening. Oh, this is the owl, I think. This is the owl that we did. Becky did these, the owl and the gnome. And cut to base. Yeah, so I think that's the nose for the owl. And the wing and the, what was this? The base. Only, I don't know if Becky had hers curved like that. I might have done it differently. And then I goofed it up. This was the owl. Oh man, that pen is dull. Of course, I'm going through a stack of paper. Let's put the nose, or maybe that's an eyeball. Not sure. Put it in there. And the nose. Come on. Why I save these, I'm probably done making them. I save them because I can. Let's write owl on here. O-W-L. All right, I'm not going to do anything with these except for save them. And what's this? This is a gift. Oh, this is the big 600-page book from, I'm going to put that in my journal, from Renee, Little Red Wagon. All right, so these, oh, this is the other owl's eye, I think. Or I have, I don't know what that goes to. My pen. Come on. Get in there. Probably fall out once I get it in. All right. For now, I'm going to put these back in the bag. And these are the ones I'm going to use. I'm going to use one owl. And what else do I have here? I've got some bat tissue. And I also have some green tissue that wrapped around those trims. I've got a couple of these. I don't know if I want to use those. Save those for a... And this looks like some photographs. School pictures. We'll put those over there. See, you need to go through this stuff that you save even and use it. Looks like I might have gotten this from Becky because she always does this nice. I'm not sure where I got this from, but it's packaged up real nice. I'm going to save those. And here's a fabric scrap and a, says The World of Plants. So we're going to put these back in. And I think I'm going to put all the photos back in except for my dad. Dad, where did you go? I want to save him out. I might make a copy of him and the Happy Mail piece. All right. This stuff will get used in other projects. And let's see if I can't use this stuff up. Do I still need to tip my camera? So this is chapter 5. Let's start out with the green tissue. And we can almost put it, well, I want chapter 5 to show. So I'm just going to spread glue. Let's open up the signature. I'm going to spread my glue on here. And I suppose before I get started, let's put all this, my poor glue stick, I took the lid off of it. And let's just gently put it on. Let's get this ready to put some wax paper down. Oh, and that. Oh. And I suppose my water has painty water. Let's see what I have here. It's not too bad. I just want to spread a little water out on my desk to keep that wax paper from floating around on me. And I find that really does hold it down. We're going to use that scrap. So if you're looking for a cheap way to keep your paper from moving around your desk, this is it while you're working. For wax paper, I don't, and glass, I don't know if it'll work on other surfaces, and I don't know if it'll work with other media. I just know that it works with my glass plate and the wax paper. Okay, so now we're going back to this stuff. And I was going to start with the green. This is my Unimaginable Imagine Journal, because I just have to use some of this stuff up. I'd like to get in there today too. I don't know if I will, because I'm going to get that mowing finished. If I don't finish the mowing, the weeds will and the grass will grow so tall I'll need a combine, and I've already gone through that once this spring, and it's horrible to mow grass that's almost a foot high. But I couldn't get out there because it had rained. And we're just going to put this down. Well, and of course I never get it quite. I'd rather have to tear off some than not have enough. And it doesn't matter if it crinkles. In fact, it's kind of cool that it crinkles. It's just tissue paper. And let's see if I can tear this. I don't know if I can tear it this way. We'll see. And my camera, yeah, I guess my camera's okay. Okie dokie. And tear this. And let's see if I can tear this with the ruler. Just imagine the possibilities. What's possible today in your life? What's possible? Sometimes just the routine of life is all that's possible. Like doing the laundry, doing the dishes, that's possible. Cleaning the house, which Meri needs to do. This isn't tearing so good there, but oh well, it's still kind of cool. All right. And it's crooked, just like on the front. And it's torn, so it's kind of cool. Now, where are those yellow flowers? Oh, down on the bottom? Yeah. Let's do some text and some flowers. And I'm thinking maybe put, but it needs something under it. Maybe a little piece of this green tissue in the center. Like that and like that. Oh, I like that. Now, I did find my tiny attacher, and it's in my toolbox, which is over beyond reach. So I think, Penelope, can I borrow a needle? She says, yeah, take a big fat one. Okay, and I have some big fat thread here. It's more like string than thread. I don't even know if it'll go through the eye of that needle. It is big and fat. This might be more like the dishcloth yarn that Becky was talking about. I got it all through except for one. Come on. I'm going to have to flatten it out, splay it out. Excuse me for using the DNA. Come on, get in there. There we go. And let's get a little length of it so I don't have to rethread again if I want to use it. Let's see if I can't keep the lid on that. Okay, we're just going to put a stitch right in here. I was watching Kelly stitch last night. Kelly did such a great job. She was working on a beautiful pillow top, piecing it together and slow stitching on it. Now, I can't just put a stitch in the center because the piece will fall through, so I'm going to kind of, come on. It doesn't like all that thick thread through there. And it's raveling it up. Come on, what are you doing? It's caught in there. I must not have it all through the eye of the needle. Do I? I thought I did. I do, but it's, oh, I see, it's right here. It's not all pulling through. Well, I don't know if I can fix that. Fix it from here. I might just leave that knot in there. Well, I might knot it a little more if I can. I don't know. No, it's done. It's done. So I'm going to leave that knot. And what am I going to do? Come back through over here. It wants to be a knot, so we'll let it be a knot. This is unimaginative. Yeah, I didn't have all my threads through there right. Who says there can't be a knot there? I'm going to bring it around and put it in the center, though. Which means I have to thread the other side of the needle. Get in there. Yeah. This is the thing about stitching on flowers and stuff. It wants to catch on to the petal and everything else. All right, now let me just catch it over here. Can I? I think I can. Catch it right in there. I'm going to glue this down. But I don't know, with the glue stick might be a little iffy. Now let's see, we'll pull that top thread through. There. And I'm not going to worry about tying it tight. I'm going to clip this off. That was maybe too thick a thread to go in there. But that's a pretty big eye of a needle. We'll use that on a tassel. It doesn't seem as thick on this side. Maybe it was just splayed out too much on the other side. It seems easier to thread over here. Huh. Well, we're going to catch this. I made a I made a knot here. It gathered up on me, and I want to put that in the center, right in there. So I'm going to catch this in here again. I think I just hit this thread, this string. It's not really thread, it's string, but it's green. I kind of like that, but it's old. I had it from God knows where. I probably got it at the thrift store. So we're just going to call that done, and I'm going to glue this down or maybe tape it down or something. I'm not even going to bother to knot it. And I'm going to leave that on my... And we're going to put it right here. Right in here. My green is too long, so I'm going to tear it a little here. Rough it up. Oh, I like it roughed up. It moved. There. Alright, we're just going to put that right in there, but I think I'm going to glue it down. And let's use some of Becky's... Let's use Becky's Baby Bot. And I think it has glue all in it. After I use all my school glue, I had a gallon of school glue. After I use all of that, I'm going to get a gallon of glue all. I'm going to upgrade my glue stash from school glue to glue all. And let's take that dull needle, and I'll use it to clean out my... I like to clean this out before I put it back because it's easier for the glue to come out. And you can put the little cap back on it. And let's put this down here. Imagine... Let's put it, look, see this is where it was cut, I think. Let's put it this way. It doesn't matter, it'll turn anyway. It'll go the way it wants to go. There. So there's that. Now, let's take a little bit of text. What does this say? He's truly valiant that can wisely suffer the worst. That man can breathe and make his wrongs his outside to wear them like his raiment carelessly, and never prefer his injuries to his heart, to bring it into danger. That's Shakespeare. Make yourself an honest man, and then you may be sure that there's one rascal less in the world. I like that. I'm going to cut that one out. Make yourself an honest man, and then you may be sure that there's one less rascal in the world. I'm going to kind of tear cut it, which means I'm just using my scissors, and I'm just kind of, I'm not cutting down, I'm just kind of tearing at it, which kind of gives it a ragged edge. Make yourself an honest man, and then you can be sure that there's one less rascal. You. All right. And I kind of like that, but it needs something else. I've got the cluster, the owl, the cluster. I've got another one of these. I've got this. I don't really like that there. The bat's going on another page. Oh, let's do a flower. Another flower. There. Make yourself an honest man, and then you may be sure that there's one less rascal in the world. And we'll use the Baby Bot again. And the thing about the Baby Bot that I learned from Becky, she says, you don't have to turn it upside down, because when you do the pressure pushes that glue up through the little, and you can glue it like this without turning it upside down. Isn't that cool? And let's take and spread that glue a little. One less rascal in the world. If you make yourself an honest man, let's put it at a slant. Hee hee. Chapter 5. So for an unimaginable, how I'm using the scraps. I would have never have thought of this. I didn't think it up, it just happened. So I guess it's unimaginable. Well, you know. All right, I'm done with this page, I think. So this will be the back of it. So let's take, where's that green scrap? Did I throw that away? I think I did. What I tore off. I've got this yet. Do I want to, or do I want to do something else? I didn't really pull out any. I have some scrap paint. Do I want to do that? This says, today farmers frequently did their haying at night. Oh, today, period. Farmers frequently did their haying at night, using the moon or the stars for illumination and taking advantage of the coolness of the summer night. At any rate, it seems remarkable that so much work did get done with so few mechanical conveniences and without the use of indoor lanterns. Oh, they're doing lanterns here. Many farms had no lanterns, and those that did used them more for carrying a flame from place to place for actual illumination. So they used them as lights. That's what a lantern was. The most common farm lantern was the metal one, punched with many holes. Oh, let's take a piece of paper. Let's make a lantern. These are too small. Well, let's make a lantern. Let me reach back into my scrap bag, and we're going to make one of these lanterns. We're going to punch it out. Let me grab my scrap bag and find a piece of paper for a lantern. Got an envelope, and we've got a piece of black paper. And the yellow will be the light behind the punches. And you know what we're going to use to punch? We're going to use this from Sharon Lombard. And Sharon, I still have your Santa Claus here to send to you. Sharon won this Santa Claus, and I haven't got it sent off to her. So I am going to draw. Shall we make this one or this one? That one doesn't have any pokes in it. I think I'll make that one. So let me put the cap back on the glue. Let's draw on the white here. Ooh, we could even use this. Let's draw a lantern shape. And let's see, just come out this way. And this way. And I'm just drawing it, so I'm going to cut it out. And that way. Now I think I'm going to put some holes in there. Alrighty. It'll just be a simple thing. We'll save that for another page. So this is a good way to use up your scraps. I think I got this from Arlene. I got it in Happy Mail. I'm pretty sure that I did. I want to say that I got it from Arlene because I was opening I had an envelope from Arlene. All right, I'm just going to poke a hole in here. Maybe fold it and make a little slit, a little snip so I can get my blade in there. And we're going to cut this out. Let's just cut this. So I can get in there. And not all the way down. This really works better with an X-Acto knife, doing this inner stuff here. That's good enough. Now, let's get rid of this off my desk, into the trash. I got rid of my Dollar Tree sack and replaced it with a Menard sack. It looks much better. And then we're going to take that needle, that punch, and we're going to punch a design here. And I'm going to punch it by sight. Whoops. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to do fairly big punches. Can we see? Yeah, we can. They need to be thicker, though. I might need my... I'm sorry, I might need my... Oh, let me reach. Let me reach with my arm. I did it. I did it. This is a little bit thicker shank for this, for the yellow to show through. Yeah. So we're going to make a leaf shape here. This is the Unimaginable Imagine Journal page. Yeah. Can you see the yellow? I think you could if I held it up close. And let's go up here too. Maybe I need to make my holes a little bit deeper. I'll come out and look at Chad in a minute. Here, let me finish my lantern. Kind of goes with the text. I read the text and got inspired. It's kind of hard to get through that paper. No, I won't poke my finger, I promise. Well. I suppose some of those farmers poked themselves with their awl when they were making stuff. All right, let's go through some more up here. I want it to be fairly simple. I don't want to spend all morning trying to get a beautiful punch design. And the more I punch, the weaker my paper gets. let's see. Let's just, I don't know if I want to do another leaf on there. Let's just do a curve of sorts. Well, I guess that would be a leaf. Do a small leaf. Oops, I poked it with my finger. I don't want to tear the paper, and it's pretty weak. I should have done this before I cut it out, I think. That's how you learn. I'd like to have those holes larger. So you can see the yellow underneath of them. Oh well, I know what it means. Let's do another one over here. It's hard to, I should have done this before I cut it out. It's hard to not tear the paper. I'm just going to do a small leaf here because it can't take much more. And I think rather than punch it here, I'm going to cut. There's my pliers. I knew they were in this drawer someplace. I just want to start a little slit here to put my scissors in. This paper's pretty strong stuff. And this will just help define the top of it. Alright, now I'm going to glue that down. You can kind of see the yellow. You have to look at it close. Can't get those punches any cleaner. When I enlarge one, it makes the other one smaller. Oh well, I know what it means. So now I just want to take a portion of this envelope. Open it up. And I only need a part of it. In here. with everything. Things get away from me here. Put that back in the drawer. Oh, I thought I marked it up there. So my pen didn't go through it. Now let's glue that on and see what happens. It looks like, well, it kind of looks like that. It looks like a picture, P-I-T-C-H-E-R. That's how it looks there. Now let me hold this up so you guys can see it better. You can kind of see when you angle it, the light behind it. And I'm going to put that, well, my page goes this way. So I want to, yeah. And then I'll highlight, this says, farmers frequently did their haying at night using the moon or stars. So I need a moon and stars. Well, we can take care of that. But let's go ahead and put this on. So I know my fold is way over here, so I can move this over here. Okay. Let's just put it on with Becky's baby bot that I don't have to turn upside down to use. And let's put a little glue under that again. Let's put it right there. And then I want to take and highlight well, I don't know if this one's going to work. Yeah. Farmers frequently did their haying at night using the moon or stars for illumination. And taking advantage of the coolness of the summer night. At any rate, it seems remarkable that so much work did get done with so few mechanical convenience and without the use of outdoor lanterns. they had no lanterns. Many farms had no lanterns. Well, that's a lantern. Lantern. I want to make sure that I'm spelling it right. TERNS. And this says, this is a tin dipper with holes punched through for light. Tin dipper. Holes. Punched. For light. They'd have a pretty, they don't have much light coming through my lantern, a little bit up there. Now I need some stars and the moon. Oh, I put all my punches. I put all my punches in that little box, and it's behind me. I'm gonna draw a circle here. That's the thing about putting stuff away. It's behind me. It's not to my side where I want it. And let's do a couple stars. See, this is how you get imagination going. It needs to be darker though. Needs to be, have a line around it or something. Oh, Meri, Meri, Meri. Where's that pin? This is how we do the night. This is how we do the nighttime. Because the moon isn't showing up in the sky. We need the moon to show up at night. Like that. Let's finish it. It goes clear over to here. We're not going to color it clear down. We're just going down this far. There we go. That'll give me some night time. Let's cut my stars real fast. I'm just having fun. I'm only going until 7:30. I'm only going until 7:30. I'll probably keep working in this little imagine the unimaginable, unimaginable, imagination, whatever. I wish I had more yellow in here. I needed a bigger punch. Although they would have to almost use spikes to get big holes in tin cans, wouldn't they, to show, they probably didn't have much light, even with a candle going inside of there. Probably did not throw out much light to do any farming with. They need a oil lantern or something. Most of them just used the moonlight. That's what that book said. All right, the stars are bigger than the moon. Well, they're closer to Earth. All right, let's just put these on. And I'm not doing a terrific glue job. I'm just tacking it down. Let's put that moon up a little higher. And the stars. Could put a star on there. Nope. I'll put them up here. And I followed the curve of the moon there on this illustration. I think I'll put some trees in there. Or a cornfield or a field. Let's put a field in there and a couple trees. I need to clean that out. What I did with my pen. Just kind of make sure that that glue is cleaned out of there. It's easier to, don't have to do it when I use it again. Where's my pen? We're going to do some trees in here. Maybe some off in the distance. And we'll do a field, maybe. Oh, I'm losing chat. Hold on. I haven't been chatting. I've been arting. I've been doing my art. Welcome to everybody that's come in. I appreciate you spending a Wednesday morning. Becky usually streams on Wednesdays, but I don't know if she's going to. She's been working on her project Dress-A-Girl. Watch for her. She'll post. She'll let you know if she's going to stream or not. Let's put some leaves in here, some cornfield maybe. Oh, that doesn't look like a tree. That's a little better. Corn stalks coming down here. Something got into our sweet corn. I went out there and looked, and my brother was right. Something's been pulling the stalks down and grabbing the corn. I didn't think we had raccoons in town, but evidently we do. My brother said sometimes he wakes up early in the morning, early morning hours, and he'll, on hot summer days, he'll go out and sit on the front porch and smoke. But he said one day he was out there, one morning he was out there, and he saw a mama skunk and her babies walking down the road. I think it's safe to come out at night. It's safe to come out at night with the little skunkies. Like a little line going up in there. Just put some grass in there. Weeds. Weeds! Alright. I'm going to leave it like that. I might, just for the, it'll all get pulled into the seam anyway. So there's my, oh, now I got to do something with this. Fold it over somehow. I'm going to use this just because it's here and it needs to be used. I'm going to put this, oh, I cut it too. I need to cut it just a little bit more. Covers up all that. Let's see. Let's trim this off here. I'm whacking away at it. Scrap. It's just scrap. It's just scrap. No worries. No fears. Maybe I should put it this way. I like it that way better. Got a little of the print showing there. Okay. I'll have to trim it down there. Now, what do I have left up here? I'm covering up my stuff that's shining through. I could actually bring that clear over this way. I don't like it like that, though. I'm going to cut this off. That's the thing using permanent markers. Some markers won't fade through, but these generally do. Oops, I wanted it this way, I guess. Cover up most of that text. I'm not sold on that, but here we go. Chapter 5. And I'm going to have a problem over there. I think mostly it. Make yourself an honest man. Then you may be sure that there's one less rascal. One less rascal. One rascal less in the world. One less rascal. There we go. That was kind of fun. I enjoyed that. And that's not doing it for me. Let's just bring it on up this way. It's a mess of tree there. A massive tree. And that's a cornfield. And this is just grass. And these poor lanterns are going to get caught in the binding. But over here it says, a hoboy, balanced on the end of a table. He's a hoboy, and he's a little wooden piece, and he's balanced on the end of the table. And this, by a weight, it says. Hoboy. He's hoeing. H-O-E-B-O-Y. Let's do a hoboy. How much? I got a few minutes. Let's do, see, I never even used half of this stuff. That's on the back. We'll deal with that later. Throw this away. I want to do a little boy real fast. That could be his shirt. Let me throw these scraps away. Oh, we could make him out of a cluster. Let's look at one of these clusters. I need to get my bag out again. We didn't use the bats, so we'll maybe use them on the back. We could put a bat up in here. All right, I'm looking for the clusters here. I didn't get to my... There's not much you can do in an hour and a half when you get to arting and doing stuff like this. It always takes longer. It always takes longer. I thought I had more clusters out than this. I've got 3. I've got that one and this one and this one that says 5 cents. This one's smallest though. Oh boy. And we could just take and here and let's give him some shoulders and some pants. Gotta use your unimaginative imagination here. And let's bring this down. This could be an arm. He needs a hoe. I'm cutting up this cluster. Oh. I'm making a boy out of the cluster. And he needs a head. I don't want to give him a yellow head. Let's see what this says. Is this the one about life is a fragment, a moment between two eternities, influenced by all that has preceded and to influence all that follows. The only way to eliminate it is by the extent of view. The fact is that to do anything in the world worth doing, we must not stand back shivering and thinking about the cold and danger, but jump in and scramble through it as well as we can. The joys and sorrows of others are ours as much as theirs. Give, oh give us the man who sings at his work. Oh, that would be a good hoboy. Be his occupation what it may be, he is equal to any of those who follow the same pursuit in silent souliness. He will do more in the same time, and he will do it better. He will preserve longer. That sounds like a hoboy to me. I'm going to cut that out and save it. And I don't know. I wanted a head. I want a head. And I don't want to cut it out of this text. And I don't want him yellow. Here we go. We're going to do a head. And I'm just doing this really fast here. Dee Dee comes on at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, and I got 4 minutes to finish my little boy here. Oh boy, he needs a hoe. And this was a cluster that I'd made at one time, and I made a little boy out of it here. A little shape of a little boy with a 47-cent shirt on. And let's find my pen. Did I stick it back up there? What did I do with my pen? My marker pen. How do these things get away from me? I spend more time looking for stuff than... And I lost the lid to it. Alright, we're going to do a little boy here. And he needs another arm. I guess I could just draw it. And he's going to be holding on to a hoe. And let's give him some shoes. And there's the little hoboy there. Hoboy. There. Now all I need, other than the cap to my pen, it's here somewhere, is a hoe. So let's real quick make a hoe out of the flowering plants. I guess I could put it this way. We need to draw on it. So it looks like a hoe. Something like a hoe. Well, we'll draw on that after I get it on there. And I'm just doing this on the fly real fast. Dee Dee's coming on in a minute. For those of you who like Dee Dee Willingham, I want to thank you all for coming in. This is Wednesday. And Dee Dee's on. Becky usually comes on, but she may not come on today. She's working on her project, Dress a Girl. So I picked this inspiration up from the text on this page. I might put some weeds down in here that need to be hoed. Weeds are a tangled mess. I'm happy with that. Now, I'll have to deal with the back tomorrow. So I want to thank you all for coming in. I didn't get to chat much because I was in my world here. In my world. I think I like this page the best. And I like this. What was the saying? Did I cut up the saying that I liked so well? He drew a circle that shut me out. Heretic, rebel, a thing to flout. But love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle that took him in. Go draw some circles. Have a great day, everybody. Go watch Dee Dee. Thanks for spending the morning with me. Bye-bye.